So I put away the ukulele. Ukulele. Um I named my ukulele Manliligaw, which is Tagalog for lover, because when we're together we make sweet, sweet love. I mean music. Um my my female friend Rain, it's funny, I have to say female friend Rain because I have a female friend Rain, a non binary Rain, and a male Rain, and they all have the same hair color. So normally I'd go with hair color, but they're all brunettes. Anyway, I mean, I could say Rain Tones for the female because that's her nickname. She got me this guitar. It's an Ibanez. Let me go. I'm over here complaining about how I don't have Muse to play the ukulele, and what do? Come out here to show you. Oh God, I forgot how heavy you were. I think this is why I switched to ukulele. Yoink! Oh, it's so big. Like I forgot. So, this is an awesome Ibanez. My friend didn't know that this was a very expensive guitar, which I'm kind of glad, because she gave it to me for some weed. But I have been playing since I was... I've been playing string instruments for over 10 years, and all I can do are chords. Maybe I should practice more. This is my baby. It doesn't have a name. But the cool thing about this awesome... It's sour. The cool thing about this nice little acoustic guitar is that it's also electric. I think you plug it in down here. Yeah. I wanted to get an amp, like a $20 amp from a pawn shop that like runs on batteries or something, so I can go like in the street and perform again. But I don't think I need an amp. Anyway. Wait. Easter Bunny gets drunk on Easter. This is what you have to do when your guitar has too much action. Okay, so Easter Bunny get... That might be too sharp. So I know the tuning, the standard tuning for a guitar is Easter Bunny gets drunk at Easter. Wait. Yeah, it's Easter Bunny Gets Drunk at Easter, but it's bottom top. So it's E, B, G, D, A, E. Easter Bunny Gets Drunk at Easter. Hello, frames. E, B, G, D, A, E. Easter Bunny Gets Drunk at Easter. Now, once you have your G chord, my hands smell like copper. It's pretty much making sure that the next string when my guitar is really out of tune, it scares the shit out of me. So, I get really scared when my guitar is very out of tune. It doesn't have too much action to it, especially when I put my capos on the tips of the heads so that the dials, I don't fucking know, so that they don't touch stuff. So, yeah. Now, this thing is so huge. I've been playing my ukulele for so long. Hi, dog. I haven't brought this thing out in months. Look how dusty she is. Dusty crusty. I'm trying to think. Can you stop licking my guitar? She won't stop. I'm trying to find a song that I think I can play. Get your nose. Fuck it. This is a D chord. On ukulele, this would be a G. We don't have enough strings to make those chords, and yet we do. Oh, what's that song? Oh, I'm so rusty. Can y'all tell? Can you taste the rust? Oh my gosh, that's probably why my hands were smelling copper. My hands smell like copper. What did I do? Like copper and garlic. I didn't eat any garlic today. I made some garlic like two days ago. I mixed some in a sauce. I made my own aioli. I have a feeling this is a song. Wait. A minor? Yeah. So it's E minor, progress to G, D, and A minor. Did I make that up in a psych chord? Or is that a real song? I have a feeling that was just one of those. Okay, so I was awarded the state Even now when I file my taxes and like do certain things, I have to like let the paperwork says, like for my insurance, when I was living in Illinois, like I had a different type of insurance because I was a ward of the state after I turned 21. So I'm still like Illinois' child, I guess. Stop it. But I did spend 117 days in a short-term psych ward. And when I say short-term, I mean they usually kick you out after 2 weeks. And I saw a bunch of people who were like revolving doors. So I call them revolving doors to the staff behind their back. Stop it! And I was just kind of like stuck there waiting for DCFS and the court dates and shit like that. And the teacher who would come in, his name was Pete Wolf. Patrick Wolf. Yes, Patrick Wolf. He opened for Fall Out Boy before they got a name. So I thought that was pretty cool. He let me use the hospital... Willow. He let me use the hospital guitar, and I think the first song that I ever learned how to play was... Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. Something unpredictable, but in the end that's right. I hope you have the time of your life. So yeah, the first couple of songs that I learned how to play on, I was gonna say piano because this is totally piano. Guitar. That was the first song that I learned how to play on guitar. I can't remember Time of Your Life. I don't know, but since then, copper and garlic. Why don't you wash your hands? I did wash my hands. Well, let's go and spray some hand sanitizer on them since we already used the soap. I don't know what the fuck. The last thing I ate was pizza, and that didn't have any garlic or copper in it. Why am my hands thing? It's just my hands. I don't know. So, I forgot the name of this baby. But I know it's extremely derogatory, and I don't think I would be able to say it out loud. It's fine. So, the one not so good thing about being a string player and having cats is that they don't give a fuck how much these strings cost you. They don't care how hard it is to replace these damn things. You want to see? So it was playing just fine, right? You know, it's a guitar, it's tuned, you know, it's staying in tune, whatever. Do you see that? Do you see that? Bloop. She's already seen some damage. I can't remember who broke that string. I think one of my drunk neighbors. I keep wanting to call my roommates neighbors. And this is back when I lived in Harvard. And like we didn't even stay in the same apartment building. I don't know what's wrong with me. But okay, so I took my meds at like 5:45. Yeah, because that's when I took the dog out. And I mean, to be honest with you, I'm really just trying to see like, does my speech get slurred? Am I loud? Am I sloppy? I don't think I'm sloppy right now, but I do think that I'm like more animated, you know? So what did I even swallow? I take Singular. I take anti-anxiety medications such as Prozac, anti-anxiety medications at night, which is Prozocin, Atarax, Klonopin, and then an anti-inflammatory called diclofenac sodium, and then a nerve damage medication called gabapentin. I feel like I touched on gabapentin becoming a narcotic and why, which is kind of sad because people, for some people, okay, so like, I don't think I ever had like a drug problem. However, I do have a lot of stigmas towards certain drugs, like meth is disgusting, but I wouldn't like shame someone for taking Adderall. You know, just like heroin's disgusting, but if you get prescribed morphine, you know, you probably proved that you needed it. Oh, fuck. My dog is heavy. She's only like 28 pounds. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, drugs. Yeah, so like, I blame the doctors half the time. Because I was one of those people. I wasn't the type of person to like look out and like search for like prescription drugs. Cannabis has always been my thing. Like since I was like 11. I'm not gonna lie. So mom, if you're seeing this, I started smoking a little bit earlier than you thought. And I feel like with all these commercials coming out with these new drugs, you never see a commercial for an old drug because they don't have to push it on people. Doctors already know that it works. But like, for dogs that have like for medications that have like just passed the Food and Drug Administration testing or whatever, like even though they don't have like substantial proof, frames. Okay. So that's why they advertise them, you know? And then like there's like 4 out of the 2-minute commercial, 90 seconds of it is some guy talking really low and really fast about all of your fucking side effects, including death. But yeah, I've been taking I've always called it drugs, whether it's medication, recreational, or abuse. Now, me saying that would be like, okay, if somebody is prescribed Percocets, you know, they're prescribed and they have chronic pain. Like, I have chronic pain. I have pain all the fucking time. Like, right now, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say a 6. And what is over 5 is usually I have to, like, keep my mind off of it. I have to, like, think different thoughts. I have to try and control this pain. Like 5, usually after 5, that's when I'm having some trouble. So I'm on like a 6, you know? But there are people out here who have like pain all the time. You know, I only have like, I want to say 3 or 4 bad discs. But there are people out here who have like really bad like scoliosis, you know? Thank God my spine is like straight. It's not like super fucked up. But anyway, If someone's prescribed morphine, you can still get an addiction to it, you know, with painkillers. For the people who have IBS, I feel like you guys probably know what I'm going through right now. For the people who don't and think that when I take like big breaths or I burp or like do this really weird shit, like for those of you who think that's disgusting, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to cope. Anyways, so okay, an example, back when I was 17, I got my tonsils removed, and the reason why I had my tonsils removed is because I like stopped breathing in my sleep, and I would wake up and like still not be able to breathe, and I freak out and start crying, and then my friend Jessie had to be on the phone with me on speaker while I slept to make me feel safe. And then they were like, we're just gonna take we're just gonna take those tonsils and some of those adenoids out. And I was like, can I still sing? And they're like, yeah, but you'll be fine, whatever, sure. Okay, so the process is done. You know, I'm high off my rocker. Like, they gave me some anesthesia, and because I have anxiety, they gave me some weird shit that made me forget stuff. Like, I remember seeing the anesthesiologist. I don't think I can remember what happened the rest of that day. But anyway, they prescribed me some lean, some hydrocodone in a bottle. There we go. Fucking stupid. Okay, so it was really cool because like on the bottle you could see like how it was like ticked, you know, like how much you could pour out to have a serving or whatever. And I feel like the prescriber, my doctor, made a mistake because he gave me 3 refills. And that was a big ass bottle. Like the one that I got was a big ass bottle. And after 2 weeks, I stopped taking it. And the reason why I stopped taking it, I was so fucked up, okay, on my medication. Okay. Now, I wasn't just taking hydrocodone at the time. I was taking other medications, but the doctor who prescribed it to me knew that I was taking those medications. Anyway, so I was so fucking high that I didn't realize that I didn't shit in like 11 days. So my stomach is hurting really bad. Don't really know what's going on. I can't really talk because, like, you know, my throat. And, like, I had to go to the emergency room and they had to, like, they shot my butt with Xanax, first of all. That was the funniest shit ever. And then they, like, used these shovels and a camera, and then this old lady came in with one of those old school enemas, and then I thought that I was giving birth to a child, and then they had to send me to a private room because of all the screaming I was doing. And let me tell you, if your intestines are swollen up to your chest, it's a problem. Like, I could have died. They showed me the x-ray, and, like, you could see my intestines pushing everything up. Like, they're like, that's why you have a stomach ache. And they're like, your colon is swollen to your chest. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he was like, well, in layman's terms, you're full of shit. And I was like, yeah, let's get rid of it. So anyway, after that, I was like, no more hydrocodone, no more lean. Like, I can't. No. However, these very smart doctors gave me 3 refills. Now, I don't know who needs 3 fucking refills on lean when they get an operation done. I really don't know. But I was not going to be that bitch to keep drinking this lean and not poop. Like, that's not good for you. So, like, I started, like, you know, letting people know, like, hey, I was taking this medication, you know, I don't take it anymore, blah, blah, blah. I ended up finding this guy in Evanston who bought a bottle off of me for $200. $200. And then the other 2 refills that I got, I had to wait, you know, because you can only get refills a certain time. But I'll pick up the refills. I sent it to him. He'll give me $100 to $200. It was cool. It was fine. It was great. Yes, that's illegal. No, you can't prove it. So he was telling me, I'm not going to give his name. He was telling me how he had broken his leg and they had given him the good stuff. And like now that he didn't have it, oh, I'm in pain, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, drugs aren't gonna fix everything. They really aren't. Like, I just graduated from physical therapy. Who knew you can graduate from physical therapy? But anyway, I've got like a list of exercises to do, because I'm in pain, because I have all these problems. I have to treat my body special. You got to eat right. You got to do the exercising, which is why I have the camera's flipped, which is why I don't know if you could see my rainbow hoop in the background. I think if I tilt a little bit more, you'll be able to see my bike. It's actually on a bike stand. If you see that, what is it? The blanket that it's on, that it's stationed so that I can ride it. In the morning times, I try really hard to do my stretches. I mean, I'm trying, I really am trying. I have a lot of that. And it's so funny when people ask me like, oh, what's going on? Why do you take all these pills? Or, why do you look like that? Why? That was offensive. But, like I can't sit still. I can't stand still. Sometimes when I'm really in pain and I'm in public, I'll use my pop socket and put the phone against the wall and press like my back or my, SI joint or whatever's hurting. I kind of like bear tree it, massage myself on a wall. But sometimes I get frustrated because I hear certain things a lot, and those things invalidate what I'm going through. Like my physical therapist, my newest physical therapist, I'm not going to say her name, but she was like, we're at a plateau. And I'm like, bitch, we're not at a plateau. I can touch my toes now. Like, we're still climbing up. We're not at a plateau. Like, don't leave me. Don't throw me out into the wild. I'm not ready. And she threw me out into the wild. And she's like, maybe a pain specialist or a neurosurgeon. And I was like, well, the old pain specialist, said that I was on all the drugs that I needed to be on and there was nothing else that they could help me with. The neurosurgeon said, I have arthritis and I was born with these conditions and they're too complicated to have surgery on. My rheumatology appointment was set back in September. Okay. That's when I called the place and was like, yo, I need a rheumatologist because my doctor said. And they're like, okay, we'll pencil you in for April. So there's that. But anyway, during the graduation, my physical therapist was like, oh, we're at a plateau. It seems like, you're doing better. When you first came here, you're walking in a walker, and now you're walking without a walker, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I come to PT because they show, when I practice at home, I don't necessarily know if I'm doing something wrong. There are certain exercises that are really fucking hard. You wouldn't expect them to be hard. Let me show you. Oh my God. We got some space. Clunk. Let's get out of this chair for once. Oh my God, my body. So, like, this shit should be easy, right? You would think, it's just physical therapy. You're just, like, fixing your body, right? Okay, here's the chair. You need to see my feet. So, heel, toe, heel. But do you see how I'm rocking back and forth? I'm not supposed to move. So it's heel, down, or it's toe, down, heel, down. How do you not swing back? And then, what else is there? There's the Hi, baby. Hello, you're getting big. So, there's I call them can-cans. Where you go like this, and you put it down, and you go like this, and you put it down, and you cannot move the rest of your body. You think this shit is easy? No. And then, what I like to call the side kicks. You go like this, And you put your leg down, frames, and then you go like this. And you put your leg down, and from here up, it's not supposed to move like this. It's not supposed to move like this. Nothing. And then you do the back kicks. The back kicks are kind of easier, but those are some of them. And during the whole thing, you have to keep your core tight. My ankles hurt. But yeah, I'm supposed to do stuff like that twice a day. Supposed to do like crab walks. I call them crab walks, but they call them side steps. I rename every exercise they give me so I can remember it. Like the Farrah Fawcett. Anything that reminds me of like 80s Pilates is the Farrah Fawcett. So, one second. You know this is wrong. She looks so sad. And T-Way, he saw my belly button. So, I think talking about. You have to keep your core tight. My ankles hurt. Oh yeah, I have like a yoga mat back there. It's that tan thing behind the. What's the broom? Sucky broom? Vacuum. Yeah, it's behind the vacuum, and then in there is a bunch of like my medications, my massaging stuff. Open that mouth again and see what happens. I have no patience with you. I've been trying really hard to make these short, and like maybe if I edited 1 video, 2 videos, barely, just to see like, how much do I actually have to put in to make this look right? It's a lot for a beginner. So like, I don't even know if I finished my conversation about drugs. But yeah, like my friend was talking, well not my friend, but he was talking to me about how like he broke his leg and now he's like addicted to opiates. And like, oops, I'm sorry to feed your habit. But I was like 17 at the time. I didn't care, I just wanted money. So, I've met people like that. Like my mom. Oh my god, look at my eyeballs. My mom told me that she was hanging out with some people and like one lady was doing like H and she offered it to my mom and my mom said no. And then she was like, okay, since you're not going to do it, can you leave the room? Which, I mean, like, sit. I love you. Come here. Come here. Come here. Fuck you. So, I don't think I could ever hit my dog. I do raise my hand, but I've never, like, I don't know. I'll throw her. And I'm really weak, so, like, me throwing her is mostly me picking her up and letting her slip from my body. Go get it. So that was the prescription part and the recreational part. Well, technically that was prescription and abuse. There's recreational, and that would be recreational would be nicotine, cigarettes, caffeine, cocoa, alcohol, like. And different people have their different stances. Like, yeah, alcohol is illegal, but I've had these 3 beers in the fridge since the 4th of July, and we have not bought any type of beer or liquor since. So there's that. I mean, I get isopropyl alcohol, but I don't think you can get drunk on that. I think you'll just go blind. And like now pot is legal in a lot of states. I have a cannabis card because I don't want, first of all, it's my only valid ID right now. It's 8 o'clock. What do you want? I just have to talk to her like that sometimes. She doesn't get it. I don't mind her growling. It's the barking. So we touched on recreation or medication, and we touched on recreation, and we touched on abuse. And what I've noticed is medication usually turns into abuse. You know, recreation has its ways. You know, there are a bunch of alcoholics in the world. Like, I don't think people who smoke weed are like, you know, dregs or anything like that. You know, I don't smoke I don't smoke cigarettes, but I vape. You know, I used to smoke. Ow! But I couldn't breathe because of my asthma. And then I realized that vaping isn't that bad for my asthma. And I used to vape my pot because it was better for my asthma. You know, like, I would look at a pot smoker just like I would look at, I don't fucking know, like a vapor or a smoker, you know, like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm chunky. I'm 5'8" and 200 something pounds. I'm not going to tell you what's after the something, but I think, I think the, my toe. I think, fuck you. I think I forgot what I was saying because of my toe. Okay, I'm going to go because I reached 37 minutes again and I have no idea how. When I go over these videos, normally half the time I'm like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? Why? Okay, so I'm gonna go, I guess. Why can't I stay on topic? Like, ever. Why? I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the flippy dippy after I cook my dog.